Welcome back to the channel. So in the last video I was just cleaning up fixed all the rust up on the engine bay, painted the engine bay and the arches. Also went ahead and cleaned up the engine. So engine's all clean now. So in this video I'm going to be taking this cover off, replacing the valve stem seals, because I think that's the reason it's burning oil and it's a cheaper option to go with first. And I'm going to be taking the cover off so I can clean that, and also I'm going to be cleaning some other engine pieces as well as the transmission. And then we can, once that's all done, I can bolt it all back up and get it ready to go back into the engine bay. Finished cleaning up all these pieces. No oil or dirt just left on there. These pieces too. So what I'm going to be doing now is taking this cover off so I can get to the valve stem seals. I need to replace them. Just take these bolts off. So I got these here and bolts to take off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and then they should just come right off. And then after that I'll be able to take this cover off because I'm going to be cleaning that. So I brought it inside because I didn't want to because it was very windy, so didn't want to get all dirt and dust all about here. But so yeah, I'm gonna be replacing the valve stem seals. So I've got all the stuff here ready for that. So I've got a few sockets and then a long one. A long 16, I think it's a 16, yeah, a long 16mm to take the spark plugs off, then a gauge so once we take this here rocket arm assembly off and we put it back on once we've finished, we can check the clearance of each arm. Make sure it's they're correct, and if they're not, we can adjust them. And then we have a spring compressor for the valve stem seals, and then we have I think these are the intake, and they're the exhaust valve stem seals. We've got some toilet paper just to block up some of the holes, and then we have the rope to put it in the cylinder so then the valve stem doesn't fall in. So once we take this spring off, let's see. So what's going to happen, we're going to take this spring off, take the two little clips in there, and once this comes out, if we don't have the rope in there, the valve is just going to fall into the cylinder. So for that we're going to be using the rope. You can use the compressed air. We don't have an attachment for that, so I'm just going to be using the rope for now. Yeah, that's about all I'm going to be using for this. So to start, what I'm going to be doing is taking the top assembly off. So you got these screw here, these two, and then you just go along these two here, along here, and then these two as well. And then we can lift it from here and here, and it should all come off together. So first I'm going to just block up these holes with some toilet paper, some tissue or whatever, because we don't want any bits falling in there. So we don't want, there's two clips in here. Once we get the spring compressor on that holds this here together, the retainer clips, and we don't want them just falling into the head. So we got a plug up there, one there, and then there's one here, I believe, one there, and then maybe one there. I'm not sure, but I'll start plugging them now. Taking the 16, so we've got the 16 here, and we're going to be taking the spark plugs out. Fits in perfectly. Okay, I got the top piece of the rocker assembly off. So now I've got access to all these springs. So we got so we're going to be doing these four first. So we got to get the piston up to the top, so it's the highest point, and then I'll be able to put the rope in as much as I can, so then it will stop these valves from falling once I take these retainer clips out. So what you got to do is, for piston 1, you got to make sure the up is straight up, and this will be top dead center for piston 1. So then so say then you go 90, that's going to be piston 3, and then you're going to go, this is at the bottom, and that's going to be piston 4, and then you're going to be, the up's going to be here, that's going to be piston 2. So we want to get this to, so we're going to be doing the first piston 1, so we want the up arrow, up right in, to be straight up, so that means it's in top dead center for piston 1. And then now we can, to turn it, you want to turn this crank pulley, turn it anti-clockwise, and you just turn it until this is facing upwards. And then now we can put the rope inside here, or if you're going to use air compressor, you can put your connector there and then fill it up with air pressure, and then these valves won't fall. I'm gonna go and put the rope in now. Okay, so I've got the rope in there, and now I've got the spring compressor. So what I'm gonna do is want to put this on. You can see there's two little retainer clips there. This is gonna push the spring down, and I'll be able to take these clips out, and then the spring will come out, and then I'll be able to get to the valve stem seals. It's one of the clips, so I just use this magnet and I just grabbed onto it. Got that seal out, cleaned it up a little, and I'm gonna put on a new one. So we're gonna put in these ones because these are the exhaust valve seals. You can see it looks the same as that one. That one there has a bigger spring. So they're the intake side, and then these are the exhaust side ones. I've also checked the part number here, and it comes up as the exhaust ones. So I'm going to be putting this now in. Okay, so what you do is put it in back on where it was. Get it in slightly like that. So then we just push it on down, and it done like 2 clicks. I think that's when you know it's in. That's when you know it's in. Also, I'll give it a tap, 10mm, just so you know it's definitely in there. Not too. You don't want to hit it too hard though. Just a gentle tap, just to make sure it's fully in. So putting this spring back in. Make sure you put it the right way. Then we have this extra piece we need to put on. You put the clip back in. See? So nicely now the 2 clips are in. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other 3 on this cylinder, and then I'll show you what to do on the next ones. So as you can see, I got this one done. This piston one is at top dead center. So the next one I'm going to be doing is the 3rd one, because once I turn this 90, that means that one's going to be at top dead center. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 3rd one, 3rd, then 4th, which is 4th is the 180 from the top, and then the second one is where the up is going to be here. So that's all the seals back on now, all the brand new seals. Just be careful with the retainer clips, because sometimes they like to just pop out and fly everywhere. That happened a few times for me, but I found them all. So what I'm going to do now is put the rocker assembly back on, and then bolt it all down, and then we'll check for the clearance of everything. We're going to check the clearance in between the valve and the rocker arm. So you want to be able to get, so for the exhaust side it's going to be 0.25, and then on the intake side it's going to be 0.2 millimeter. So you can see, I'm going to try and test it and put it in. See, it goes in. It's tightish, but not too tight. And then, so that's fine. And on the other side, of course, you got to make sure the piston you're checking it is top dead center. So again, this is on the up, so that means piston 1. So that's why I'm doing the first piston. And then you go across, then it would be the third piston, and then down the bottom will be the fourth, piston 4, and then when that is there, it's piston 1. So, and then the clearance here, so I can't get the 0.2 in there, so that means I need to adjust it a tiny bit. So what you do is loosen these lock nuts, and then keep the lock on it, and then you spin this to loosen it or tighten it, and then you tighten this lock nut again so it doesn't move, and then you'll have the correct gap. So I'll show you now. I'll put the camera down so you can see. So as you can see, this side is now set correctly. So it just goes in. Before it wasn't even going in with the 2.2. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest. So, and then I'll adjust all the clearances and make sure it's all right. So I just finished clearancing the valves. So that's it all done. They're all within the spec. Check the manual. So they should be all good now, and all the valve stem seals are in. Hopefully that sorts the burning oil. So I'm just going to go ahead and put everything back on. Put all the bits back on it to get it ready to go back into the engine bay. back together now. Got the gearbox back in and all the other pieces, so it's ready to get lifted back in. But I won't be doing that yet because I have to put a lot of the things back together here. Like these pipes are all loose, so I need to put bolt them all back up before I can get this back in. But I won't be doing that in this video anyway. That's all I'm going to be doing in this video. So thanks for watching.